So this question says two divers are underwater. One diver is a depth of 32 meters, while the other diver is at a different depth. The given equation can be used to find the possible depths, x, in meters of the other diver. And here's our equation. The absolute value of x minus 32 equals 11. Enter values to complete the sentence about the other diver's depth in meters. The other diver is the depth of either blank or blank meters. All right, so we don't need to understand how they came up with this equation. And one thing I will say that confuses students is it says enter values to complete the sentence. So to me, when I read that, it kind of makes me think, oh, I just need to like substitute values into this until I find something that works. But really what you want to do is just simply solve this equation. And the reason there's two answers is because when you solve an absolute value equation, it's possible to get two answers. So let's solve this and see how we can get two answers out of this. So I have the absolute value of x minus 32 equals 11. Now, remember absolute value, just a quick review. If you have like the absolute value of 7, this number has nothing to do with the problem. I just used the number 7. The absolute value of 7 is 7, and the absolute value of negative 7 is also 7. So when you have absolute value, if it's a negative inside, it becomes a positive. So what that means is if you look at x minus 32 equals 11, what's inside the absolute value bars could be 11 or negative 11. Because, let me point this out to you in case you're not following me. The absolute value of 11 is equal to 11, and the absolute value of negative 11 is also equal to 11. So if I go back to the question here, you can see that what's inside of here could be 11 or negative 11 because both of those are equal to 11. So what I'm going to do is split this into two equations and then I'm going to solve those two equations. So I'm going to split this into x minus 32. Notice I'm not using the absolute value bars anymore. Could be equal to 11. Or the other thing is that x minus 32 could be equal to negative 11. And now I'm just going to solve these two equations. So you're just using opposite operations to get the variable by itself. I have minus 32, so I do plus 32 on both sides of the equation so that we keep it balanced. So minus 32 plus 32 goes away, that's 0. And then I have 11 plus 32, that gives me 43. And then I solve this one the exact same way. So plus 32, plus 32. Again, that's 0. And this one I get x equals negative 11 plus 32. So that would be 21. And so there's your two answers. The other diver could be at a depth of 43 or at a depth of 21. So the only time you don't get two answers when you have absolute value is if it's equal to 0. Because the absolute value of 0 is just 0. There is no such thing as negative 0 or positive 0 for that matter. All right, so hopefully that helped. Keep it up. You're doing great. You will master the math.